on New Year's Eve, you wrote down your resolutions for the new year and you were so pumped. You wrote them down nicely, the things that you wanted to achieve, your goals, and even if you didn't actually write them, you thought them. Now, fast forward, this year is coming to an end, and you've not achieved the things that you wanted to achieve. If it's stuff you wanted to buy, you've not bought. If it's something that you wanted to start, you've not started, and you're not even halfway the list. And the things that you said you're going to stop, you've not stopped. Like for example, ulikuwa umesema mwaka mpya nitaacha pombe, you're still there. Maybe you'd say that, okay, this new year I want to be in a serious relationship or to remain single. And now you're still stuck at your hostage. Why? Like when you look at your life right now, you still don't like it because things are still not going the way you would like for them to go. Why? Because there's something wrong with you. No, let's be honest. Like we usually say in passing, you ask yourself, "Sasa ni mbaya na mimi?" I feel like it's time you actually ask that question seriously. Like, ask yourself, what the F is wrong with me? And actually look for the answers to that question. Now, this video, I'm going to help you find answers to these questions. My name is Lady Marichu, and I help people step into their power. Now, as human beings, we're three-dimensional, like we're 3-in-1. Where if you want to gauge yourself, like to analyze yourself, you start with your mind, body, and soul. Like we are 3-in-1. That's how we are. That's what we're made of. And so you start with your mind. What's wrong? What's wrong? Is there something wrong maybe with my mental health? You see, when I got this job first of all, kwanza tunaendanga training, boot camp, and then after you've trained for 9+ months, you're posted to your duties. Now you're posted to your station. Now, me, when I was posted to my station, so now that's when you come and actually start working. So you're from one extreme, because you can imagine the environment of boot camp. You are a lot of people. There's no single moment that you are alone, because you're always doing everything with your platoon, and even sleeping, you sleep with your platoon, like you're not alone. And so we get posted to our duties, and I'm here, I'm renting a house alone. I am in a completely new environment, new people, and some people find it hard to adjust to new environments, and I am one of those people. So I remember that first month, I could not handle it. Like, I was a mess. There were times I would go without even eating for like 1 day, 2 days. Like, my house was a mess. I used to go to work so late, not because I woke up late, it's because I was so terrified, so terrified of going to work. I would wake up, prepare, and then I couldn't get out of the house. Like, yani nifanye lazima ningejikauntia like 1, 2, 3 go ndio nitoke niende. Like, my anxiety was just out of the roof. Like, where I was getting like serious anxiety attacks usiku kwanza. And so at that time I was like, you get into this rut of blaming everyone else except yourself. I was like, well, maybe I'm too young. I was 21. I was like, no, why do I have to work? I don't think I really want to do this job, because I've always wanted to have the experience of the boot camp, but I never really thought about what would happen after the boot camp. Now I have to actually come and be a uniformed officer, and I was like, maybe this is not what I want, and like, they are so strict. Why do I have to wake up so early? Just complaining. And then, well, first of all, I had to like nijite mkutano and admit to myself, you know what, something's wrong with me. I am not handling all these new situation properly. I'm not handling it well at all. So what I did, I am lucky that I have an auntie who lives like 10-15 minutes away from here. So I called her and I asked her if I could go and stay with her for a little while, and she accepted, and she was kind enough to take me in. She has a huge house, so there's like plenty of space. So I went and I stayed with her for a little while until I felt comfortable enough now to finally move back alone again. So my point is, sometimes in order to take 4 steps forward, you have to take one step backwards. You have to do what is necessary for you at that time. And when you find like you have something is wrong with you, like something is troubling you, it is fixable. There's this worship song that people sing that I really dislike. Hii worship song yenye inaendanga ati Abba Father, you are the potter, I am the clay, the work of your hands. What upsets me is the fact that people wanajifananisha na clay. You're not a chunk of mud. Human beings, they are so magnificent. Like, have you ever seen a pot remodeling itself because it doesn't like its shape? No. Like, we can recreate ourselves. When we find that there's something about us that we don't like, we can change it. Like, if you're really terrible at communicating, you can change that. You can improve on yourself. Like, that is the beauty of being a human being. And now, when you compare yourself to a chunk of mud, that's an insult to the Creator, Ata, because you're not seeing the magnificence of being a human being. So now that's one thing. You can start with your head. What's wrong? Maybe the things that is wrong here with you is that you have bad thoughts, negative thoughts. Like maybe, you think you're not talented enough, that's why you didn't start the thing that you wanted to start. Or maybe you think you have low confidence in yourself, and low self-esteem. Like, you can fix that. And then second analysis, maybe the reason why perhaps you feel lazy, you don't feel like doing anything all year long, is because you're not eating properly. It might be just as simple as that. Like for me, I usually have trouble maintaining a good relationship with food, but because sometimes I will literally not eat the whole day, and then I'm wondering, why is my head aching? Why do I feel so energyless? Kumbe I didn't eat lunch and breakfast. And maybe you're just not eating properly. Yeah. Or maybe you're eating the things that are wrong for you, like sugar and stuff like that. Like me, for example, I've been trying to change up my diet because it's affecting my skin. You see, I even bought some probiotics to fix my gut because I was eating things that I was allergic to and I didn't know. Like, it's such things, honestly. And then you have the other aspect of ourselves, our soul, our spirit. Sasa hii ni utafute where you belong. If you're a Muslim, remember to go to the mosque, say your prayers, read the Quran. If you're a Christian, look for a reasonable church with a reasonable pastor and join the community, say your prayers, read your Bible. If you're a Chinese, Japanese, practice martial arts or this Qigong or Tai Chi stuff, read what's your holy texts, The Art of War, na niko na hiyo kitabu. Read that. If you're a Hindu, go to the temple, find your fellow Hindus, like do yoga, read the Veda, that's your holy book, right? If you're a Buddhist, remind yourself of the sutras, chants, do your chants, do your breathing exercises, do yoga, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're an atheist, do something that engages your heart, because that is essentially what spirituality is, to engage your spirit. So do something that makes you feel like you're in the flow. Like, if you've always wanted to dance or to play guitar, or it could be just even visiting the people you love, just engage your soul, like engage your spirit, practice compassion, you know what I'm saying? And for the people who belong to the other groups that I've not mentioned, just you find the people who think like you and be consistent with your spiritual practices, because maybe the reason why you feel purposeless and empty and all these not nice emotions is because you've neglected that part of yourself. Na ukijigauge mind, body and soul, uone ni kama uko sawa, maybe you're just in the wrong environment. Labda marafiki zako hawakujengi, there are people who are pulling you down, they are not people who are challenging you to be better. Drop them and find new friends. Maybe it is your family, maybe you have toxic relationships, distance yourself away from these people. Maybe these are people, when you want to start something, they're like not even encouraging you, they're like making fun of you. Toka hapo, change your environment, because you can't afford to live a life that you don't like. You know, you can't afford to remain being a person that you're not proud of. So jiulize ni mbaya na mimi, and actually find the answers to that question. So do evaluate yourself, like fix your thoughts, your health, you know, your diet, exercise, engage your spirit, and remove yourself from an environment that does not serve you. Okay, so you guys, I don't know if you can see my tattoo here. It says Ad Astra Opus. It means that you have to work for your stars. Like if you want to get to somewhere, you have to remove the blockages that are keeping you from getting to where you want to be. So guys, that's all I have for you today. Please subscribe to this channel and like and comment below. Tell me what you think. Tell me one of these blockages that you've been having and how you're going to correct them.